right, what up, ladies and gentlemen? You are now tuned into the Black Ramen podcast. I myself, Chatty Patty, aka Madam Straw Hat, aka the Celestial Freaking Dragon, aka Fifth Gear Patty, alongside with.
Hello, this is Sleepy Bree. Oh, we got so much camera set up, I don't even know what to look at. I wasn't media trained. This is Sleepy Bree, tea sipping Bree, but as of today...
I'm not switching that.
I met you sipping Bree. As always, halfway asleep, but there's so much to chat about.
What's up, people? This is Derby, aka Sexual Chocolate. Ignore the fact that I don't have a personal camera. I'm figuring it out. All right? Leave me alone.
We all figuring it out. That's life. Ladies and gentlemen, long time no see. Real quick, if you're on here watching this episode or listening to this episode, I need you to press pause. Not right now. After I finish the sentence. Press pause. Go on our link tree. Go to Eventbrite. Buy your tickets to our karaoke party. It is April 27th. Go. Buy the tickets. Have fun. Don't forget to buy your ticket and a raffle. We have great prizes in store. One of those prizes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a weekend pass to Anime NYC. You in New York, you don't want to miss that. Come on, stop it. And it's the first Anime NYC in August. You definitely want to be a part of that.
The cheeks will be cheeking. All right? You think when they do it in winter, the cheeks is out? Nah. Those are some of the hardcore stuff. The casual's going to be in play.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
The casual cheekness is always great. So,
but behave.
Behave. Yes. Consent.
You ruined this for me. I'm coming for you.
With a bat. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, stop playing games. Buy your tickets. Come out, hang out with us. We don't do this so often. And the more you guys come and participate, we can do more of this. We need a safe space where we can just hang out, sing what we want to sing, have fun, do some trivia, and just win some prizes along the way. Come on, stop playing. You know you want to come. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything except April 27th. That's an odd number. You are not doing shit. You're not doing shit. On a Saturday? Nah.
I mean, they catching up on the latest shows, but, besides that, once you're done with that, come outside.
Come outside. Touch grass.
I don't know about touching grass. You
okay,
skip the touching grass and just make it straight to Brookland.
Come to Brookland. You don't have to touch grass, but you can touch the mic, ladies and gentlemen. Pause. Come, buy your ticket, and have some fun. So don't forget about that. So if you've been living under a rock and you haven't been caught up with the latest show that everybody's been talking about, if you're a weeb, you know what we're talking about. X-Men 97. So we should have been talking about this from before, but I wanted to give a chance for all of us to catch up. Right now we on episode 6, right? That's the latest episode that came out. And I have a lot to discuss, but I'm gonna leave it to Bree, since Bree is just now coming into the X-Men fandom animated series. She didn't watch the animated series that came out like 92, 93. So she's coming from a perspective. No, you didn't. It came out 92, 93.
That's what I'm so shocked, and I really wanted to ask you about. Because, I'm the one coming in completely fresh, completely blank. I haven't seen any X-Men. I haven't watched any X-Men. As far as I know, X-Men, I watched the X-Men First Class movies, the first and second one, and I think that's it. Closest after that is Deadpool, because he briefly dallied with the X-Men. So I was coming in completely fresh. So you, first, I'd want to hear from your perspective as someone you've read comics, I assume, right?
Yes.
And who's watched the shows. Where is this series coming from as just the basis, the breakdown? What is the history of this 97? Because I've never even heard of 92 or 93 before. Did it come out in 92 and 93?
Yeah, it came out in 92, 93. The reason it's called X-Men 97 because it continues right at the year 97 where the original ended, where the first prior shows ended. It was 5 seasons, 5 beautiful seasons. Well, the last season questionable.
Very questionable. There were 5 seasons.
The 5th season, you tired. You did a lot. That's why I give them some leeway. Animation, not too great. But, the whole series was impact. It was a lot. It was amazing. They did a great, rendition of getting some of those, comics out into the TV screen. As a matter of fact, that's what brought me into comics was X-Men, because at that time my anime was limited. So after watching Fist of the North Star a couple of times, I went back to X-Men, and the anime series was was what me and my brother watched like religiously every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. while we were watching Saturday morning cartoons, and then 11:30 you hear that song got us goosebumps. And I love that because when my mom heard that song, she knew not to ask us for nothing. If we had to get her something upstairs, she wait for that 30 minutes and not ask us for nothing. And she come and she said, "You finish your show? Okay, go upstairs, give me the brush."
That is impressive.
That I know.
They trained their mom.
Yo, subconsciously, when she saw us engulfed in the television, because low key, I think she was watching it with us too. Because the stories was fire. My father was watching it with us too. So it was good storytelling, and I don't think it was made for kids, because looking back at it now, there were certain storylines that were very, very confusing. There was an episode where we got a chance to be introduced to Bishop. Real quick, light spoiler. Bishop came from the future.
No, hold on. No light spoilers. We're going full spoilers. All right. We warned you like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a live, we did tell you. Full spoilers. So Bishop comes in. He comes in from the future. He's a time traveler, and he's warning the X-Men about a disease that's going to break out in the future. And if they don't stop the disease, it would affect mutants all over the world, and they would die, right? But while he's doing that in this episode, the next episode is a part 2. Cable timeline gets affected. So and he's from another future. So he comes in and he's fighting Bishop, and he's like, "Yo, man, listen, I need the disease to happen, because if the disease does not happen, the mutants in my timeline won't have an immune system to fight this disease and won't be able to be stronger." So I didn't understand it so much as a kid watching. I'm like, why are they fighting? Like, he's getting, one timeline needs the disease, the other timeline.
So Cable is fighting for herd immunity then?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Long story.
This does not feel like a children's show. And for what I've seen in 97 either, the age range doesn't really seem like the kind of thing the 10 to 15 crowd might enjoy, like the younger ones. This is an animated series for older folk.
It is. I totally agree with that, because the way they draw Rogue's cheeks back in the day, and Storm was definitely popping. Even Jean Grey, even though I don't like the bitch, Jean Grey body was chef's kiss. They wasn't drawing that for us. Definitely wasn't drawing that for us. Anatomy 101, yeah, that was it. X-Men definitely had the body shapes and everything going on. As a matter of fact, there was a uproar saying that Rogue don't look the same, because apparently she looked a little off. She didn't go see Dr. Miami, so apparently she got the butt reduction. X-Men 97, it's so far so good. It's a great show.
Is it holding up to what you remember from 92?
Oh, it's better. It's even better, to be honest. The storyline is impeccable. We bringing in some characters I never thought I would be able to see. Madeline Pry. I never would imagine that I would be able to see her in X-Men, because she's so far along in the series, in the comics. And the fact that we were able to see her was great. The fact that Cyclops is cyclopsing. Can I say that? But he's become such. You don't like him?
I hate him.
You hate him?
For the first five episodes, he's kind of
whiny bitch. You
hate him,
beat baby daddy,
bruh. If you were to see him in 92, 93,
he's worse.
He's worse. He's actually done pretty good compared to what he was back in the day.
How?
Yeah, how? He's just a goody two shoes. He left. All right, you see Morph. He left Morph during an invasion they did to eliminate Sentinels, and okay, so the government had all
hold on. Can we talk about the Sentinels and who the fuck is paying for them?
Okay, it's a government issued project. So the Sentinels
government?
The government.
Which one?
Like U.S. government?
The U.S. government is paying for Sentinels to capture. So
how much they cost?
Before we get into that, I will have to say a slight issue as me, someone who's like not that aware of X-Men coming in right now. If you're thinking of watching 97 and you not have seen the others, or you're not a big Marvel comic fan, do not. This is not really for you, because I'm coming in saying, okay, I vaguely recognize the names, but I don't know any powers. I don't know any relationships. Like, it doesn't recap or remind you. This is purely a continuation, not a reboot, not a new series. So I'm going in, I'm saying like, okay, I don't know.
But you're still enjoying it though, right? You're still enjoying it though.
There's some bits I like, because I like Storm's design, although I was pissed at what happened to her.
Yeah,
but so a lot of the
her
time
book,
I'm looking. It's the same thing that I whine about with some of the other Marvel series. That it does require homework if you're going into this, because you gotta know who these people are. Because it takes no time explaining anything. It takes no time explaining anyone.
But
it just assumes you know everything.
Yeah, it's not just who the people are. It's just every single event and why certain decisions were made.
Yeah.
And I know we said that, it's for adults, but I think more is for kids, because there are some things that I'm analyzing as an adult that I would never consider as a child. I'll just be like, that makes sense.
What?
All right, so we said full spoilers. So when Genosha gets attacked.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Genosha is a kingdom of mutants.
For the simple fact of they're thinking of signing on to the UN and somehow have no standing army. How? No, that makes absolute no one saw the giant army of Sentinels flying through the air towards you, and you did nothing. We're just partying.
Well, here's the kick. First of all, shout out to Ace of Base. Happy nation, living in the happy day. Anybody who's on TikTok that's doing videos with that sound, kudos to you. I love that song. No, but here's the problem, right? Genosha, all right, the Sentinels were funded by the government, right?
Yeah, it never says that, never explained it. It's just Sentinels are just automatically a thing when you go into this. But you're saying it's U.S. government program.
It's explained in the prior, but you didn't watch those series.
Yeah, I can accept that. That's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
they were funded by the government, right?
U.S. government.
So U.S. government. So what happens is a lot of Sentinels are being popped. Well, it was a low-key project. So the X-Men, Charles Xavier, started noticing that Sentinels were popping up in neighborhoods where they had mutants in them, like kids who didn't know their powers formed. Now, Xavier has a whole machine set up called Cerebro. Yeah. Yes. He uses that machine in order to track other mutants that need help, mutants who haven't really manifested their powers. So while he's connecting mentally, physically, telepathically to these mutants, he noticed days later that Sentinels will pop up and try to attack the kids. So then we were like, how is this possible? Then they put two and two together. They realized the government had every person that is a mutant listed in their database.
Sure.
So what happened was the X-Men went into some government official building that had all the names. They found out what building it was and started destroying. They didn't destroy the building. All they did was bring Beast, who was intelligent as fuck and knew computers, and had just to delete the database where it had all the issued mutants that were, in their system.
Cool.
And that, not only that, when they did that, I don't want to go into Morph. Well, okay, so
go into it, because this is helpful for us to know. Because again, going in blank, I don't know any of this backstory. I don't know who. I don't know when. All I know is there's suddenly a thing called Sentinels, and it's okay because we got rid of the last one. Then JK, they're back, and Genosha's dead.
Not only are they back, they're back in full force. It's not
again, I had no idea it was some government thing.
It's just no. We have 30. We have the big giant one.
Right.
That's even that. I'm like. And no one saw anything.
Yeah.
No one was ready for defense.
Nobody.
No one tried to defend until it was way too late. Because
they were supposed to be destroyed. They're not supposed to have any Sentinel. That's why in the first episode, Cyclops is like, where did you get this?
No, I get that.
Right.
I understand how, oh shit, a bunch of Sentinels showed up. We're not really ready for Sentinels.
Right.
But why are you not ready for an attack? If it was just missiles, I expect somebody in the air oh yeah, we're intercepting missiles all the time.
Right. But you know what? With that, I feel like they're getting, because remember, if you guys don't know, Genosha was.
Hold on. I would even accept if they told me the Sentinels had the best cloaking systems ever. They didn't say that.
Do they? No. So yeah, what is the history of Genosha? Because they kind of in the series just wipe their hands. Yeah, it's a country now. It's a thing. It was there. Has Genosha existed before 97?
Yes, Genosha was the island that they advertised to mutants and said, hey, this is where you can go to and be safe. But when you reach
a government sponsored island originally,
but here's the catch. Here's the catch. When you get there, they enslaved you and help you. They enslave you and they force you to help build the Sentinels. So you would get there. So Xavier was like, oh my God, I don't trust this. I need 3 of you to go. So it was Jubilee, Gambit, and Storm. They went there to Genosha and everything was good. Got to the airport, passport stamp, everything. Boom. They got They got kidnapped, and they were forced with other mutants that went to Genosha as a vacation, and they were forced to help build Genosha. Especially they had like
so that's how all the infrastructure got there, because I was also shocked that it was like a full city when they just walked in.
And there's a big robot, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the mother of all Sentinels. That's where it's like a big robot. It sits in a chair, and it goes like, this is where the Sentinels are built. But to help build the fortress in Genosha, they used mutants because they had abilities that the government figured out, hey, we could save money. Let's just enslave them and have them build this and build that. So what ended up happening when Xavier found out that later on that, hey, where's Gambit, where's Storm, where's Jubilee? We can't get in contact with them. Okay, we need to go. They went to Genosha. Storm made it her business to destroy the whole lab whatsoever. Like everything was destroyed. So they would
apparently not.
Well, here's the thing though. She destroyed everything, right? The whole lab, the Megabot that was making the Sentinels. The only problem is there were certain pieces that you could keep, and they were taking that and they were selling it in the black market. That's why we have Friends of Humanity who had that piece.
I was also wondering where all that tech was coming from. This super advanced tech for what seems like kind of like redneck anti-mutant group.
Yeah, Friends of Humanity are not really that smart, but they have access. So pretty much what they will do, they would kidnap mutants and either make an example out of them or sell them in the black market or whatever. Because, you get prices you get mad money for saying, hey, we got a mutant, you could test them out. Like, what they do in the black market when it comes to trafficking or whatever. So, Genosha used to be a slaved island for mutants.
And pause for a second. Who the hell, after a liberated slave island, goes back and said, you know what? That sounds like a swell place to live.
Right?
Since all the Caribbean islands.
That's because they haven't moved.
Yeah, they were already there, but I'm not moving to those
There were some mutants that stayed. Afterwards, there were some mutants. So they came together.
Yeah. And I'm fine with the ones that stayed. They make sense. I have nowhere to go.
Right.
All right. So I stay here, but why would you choose to go there?
I guess it seems like it's prospering. There was a successful rebellion that
not only that. Again, my stance.
That is the big word.
Where is your army? I'm not going somewhere that you can't defend.
No, but here's the thing: Genosha is not really like it's brand new now for them having their freedom. So I guess with everybody thinking who's going to control Genosha without no leader, who's going to sit there and say let's form an army? And then again, you think about it. It's an island full of mutants. All we got to do is just get together and fight, to be honest. But we do need a leader. And I feel like when they found that leader, that's when everything would have been in place. Because initially it should have been Xavier and Magneto. But because Magneto was called a terrorist, then everything was kind of questionable who was going to lead them. Nobody's really going back to thinking about, we're going to be attacked by Sentinels. When remember, we're having talks about Genosha being part of the UN.
Yeah, my issue is not Sentinels. So I understand that Sentinels are not something you're ready for, but you're not ready for nukes. You're not ready for AR-15s. You're not ready for choppers. You're not ready for rogue mutants who just work for that government. You're not ready in any way, shape, or form.
They're not.
And you're thinking of my issue is
why not?
Why are you
There's
not ready?
There's no leader.
There is a council, and that council should be doing something.
What council?
Like
There's not even a council.
We have Emma Frost. Prior. Isn't that the council?
No,
they literally said they're the council.
No, they just all right. Yes, but she just got there yesterday. She just left her baby. You think she's in a proper mental state to be part of council like that?
Well, no,
she got there yesterday.
Yeah, that's the clone.
Yeah, she just got there
yesterday. But the rest
yesterday.
didn't get there just yesterday.
Yeah, but they sitting there in a round table. They still don't even know who's going to be their leader. You think they're sitting there thinking about funds and finances?
Yes, you should.
And safety.
They should, but they didn't. If they did, you think they'll be where they at right now?
They threw a party.
And wait,
that's my annoyance.
They threw a party.
Like, you're not ready for a party.
But
you need to deal with this other stuff.
But think about it. If they did have an army, I don't think an army would have been able to fight what.
First of all, army would have at least been able to handle more evacuation. They would have seen the issue coming. Even if they had like a modicum of intelligence. I'm sorry. We have all of these mutant abilities. Nightcrawler alone can sneak into almost any military base and get you all your information.
He's not doing that.
I'm not saying he's doing
about
that.
Jesus. He's about Jesus.
I'm not saying he's doing. He definitely is, but I'm not saying he's doing that. I'm just saying all of these skills are here.
Yeah,
and you're doing nothing with it, and you want to join the U to do what? To do what in the UN?
I gotta say that they're not ready to join the UN. But the thing is,
I think there's certain things. Alone. I feel you, but I think there's certain things that they know that if they did and got caught, because now they're underneath a microfine glass.
Mike makes right
because of the UN.
It's unfortunate that that's the world we live in, but that's what it is.
Yeah,
Mike makes right. If you can win, you can win.
Right.
That's all it comes down to.
Right.
If you can point the nukes back at the US and be like, hey, what you gonna do?
But
they shutting up.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there's more of them than us. If you look at it, you're talking about one island.
Hold on. But when we talk about like somebody with powers like Storm, one of her is a country.
Where's Storm right now?
Dang, that is a point. Storm is a little MIA at the moment.
You know,
she got fixed in episode 2.
It was ridiculous that she got shot, but
yeah,
you know,
that was also a little wild for her to get shot.
Like,
the only black woman.
Sense.
The only black woman.
The only black woman, and the speed at which Magneto caught the shooter after.
Yo, that shooter was not impressive enough to be able to shoot Storm and Magneto.
Yeah.
Storm and Magneto in a room, and you're telling me one single guy was able to walk in, pew.
A crowd with only one dude with an actual weapon.
That's how Xavier died.
I don't know how Xavier died. I wasn't there.
Nah, he died at the last episode of.
And apparently, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
She took his mental. All right, Lilandra, who was from outer space, who was part of the Shi'ar, she's a ruler, came in and saw that Xavier's body was dying because he got infected by a disease that the Brotherhood created specifically for him. Because at this point, the government's willing to do sit downs and talk to have safe spaces for mutants.
Who's the Brotherhood? Why are they so impressive?
The Brotherhood is an anti-mutant group who wants. They're KKKs.
Yeah,
they're KKKs.
Where are they getting their funding from?
The government too.
So it is the government.
Yeah, no, but low key.
Nah, some rich dude.
Low key. No,
so
there's some people because
it's Donzo's root unit.
Here's the thing.
Working within the village of the Hidden Leaf.
So, a little bit, but when they first started. Friends of Humanity, when they had all the database of every mutant in the government database, right? When the X-Men attacked that building where it had all the database, the president at the time was like, shut down the project with the Sentinels, because if they're willing to risk their lives just to erase the data and nothing else, it's not worth it, right? Now, the leader of Friends of Humanity was like, no, they're pigs. They are rotten, vile creatures. They're not even humans. We need to defend ourselves. She says, project's over, no more funding. So he had to go and get funding from elsewhere. But there were also elected officials that were giving him money that were funding the things too. So that's why I also say government people, because
no, I get it.
It's kind of a rogue unit of the government.
It's weird that they have that much money, but whatever. I can let it slide.
I can see.
Yeah,
NYPD. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Like, look at right now our Supreme Court and how much under the
without a doubt, there's a ridiculous amount of money.
Like in the government, you can roll in bank and then use it for your else. All you need is one Supreme Court justice who really hates mutants will accept billions from his donors to wink, rule in their favor, and then sends his billions to the racist group.
I think I have an issue with the overall X-Men world.
Why?
Because in my head, it's just like I can't see a government not wanting super soldiers. When there's no doubt in my mind they're trying to make super soldiers,
of course,
with these abilities, and when they finally get born,
where they did make Captain America,
right? Like, so when like a bunch of people are coming out, like that database would definitely get created. I don't think it would be to like annihilate them and enslave them. It'd be, oh no, keep that number. We're making them join the CIA and the U.S. military, no matter what.
The problem is, like, they wouldn't want that. If they were going to have superhuman soldiers, it would be something they created. For you to take a mutant and enslave them, it's way too much work.
Not enslaved, just
non-enslaved.
I mean, look at our military right now. Like, they know exactly who to look for, exactly
keep you poor enough that when it's time, hey, you just got out of high school. You know how you get a house?
They
join us.
Black people and look at the demographic of our U.S. military right now.
It's not cool. It's just, hey, you're poor and desperate. Join the military.
Right.
Guess what? And now you've made, and you survive long enough. Now you get a house, you get a decent business.
Redline the mutants, keep them poor for a generation or so.
Wow.
And then say, this is your opportunity. Uncle Sam wants you.
But I guess they did succeed that because Forge actually at some point.
That is Forge. Yeah. So good. Why are there not more Forges? Why would you not go, oh, that worked great for us.
I guess
do that more.
I guess some of them know in the long run what it means because Forge said he did those things and he knew what it was going to do.
In the long run, what it means, if I'm one of these people in power, is my kids get superpowers because there's no way I'm marrying a regular human. Why? When I can make sure my kid flies.
Yeah, but look at what you created did to Storm. That piece that took Storm's powers, that's his creation.
No, I understand that's what Forge did. I'm saying, as somebody who's in power, why would you not want your future? Like, if anything, what you would do is you would make sure you find every single mutant and they only marry up. So that poor people don't have mutant powers. Can't risk it.
That's a lot of work, bro.
It's so much cheaper than Sentinels. It's overwhelmingly cheaper.
It is.
And your kids get superpowers to oppress the poor people some more.
Oh, that's great. But I will say, you giving this background detail is so helpful for understanding the series because there's a bunch of things I was watching and wondering, how'd that happen? How'd that happen? How'd that happen? But you're saying like, oh yeah, it was covered. I just didn't watch seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's just, I think this would be a totally different show if I had watched seasons 1 and 2 because there's so much more that's coming together to build up to it.
I'm not going to hold you. It was a great watch. I've rewatched this. I rewatched X-Men animated series like so many times. It's oh man, it's a great watch. It's a great watch, great storytelling. Like I said, the only thing I found it difficult was there were some arcs in the comic that they made into like 1 episode or 2 episodes.
Was it that Jubilee thing with the online?
Which one?
When Jubilee got stuck in the video game?
That's not even 1 episode. That's like half an episode.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that guy, his name is Mojo Jojo. No, his name is Mojo. It's not Mojo Jojo.
I was like,
his name is Mojo. I'm sorry, Powerpuff Girls Unite. But Mojo, his name is Mojo. And there was an episode where he's obsessed with high ratings in shows. So what he did at one time, he kidnapped all the X-Men and started making them and putting them into shows, rom-coms or detective shows. And it was
Mojo is a mutant, yes?
He's an alien. This is not in space. This is not in Earth. This is in space.
No idea.
So
gotcha.
So he did that at one point because he just wanted high ratings at his show. For you to be an alien and just be like, I just want just high rating shows.
I see that.
There is an anime that does that exact premise.
Yeah.
It is called B9 High School Pretty Boys Earth Defense Club Love. It even had a season 2.
It's not an isekai with a
love.
Like that?
Nah, I think there was another one where like Earth was technically just a video game that aliens dived in to play as in.
Okay.
That came out like a few years ago. When I remember the title, I'll say it. But nah, it was pretty good.
It was kind of like what Mojo's doing. So
So they just had a random half episode where they brought him back.
Pretty much, that's
I feel like it did nothing for the plot.
No, it did nothing.
We didn't much. It's just, here's a fun little side story because I guess Jubilee didn't have enough screen time.
She didn't have enough screen time, but I was just praying I was praying she was using protection because the way she fell down in that bed when she kissed that dude, I was like, damn.
I gotta say, I'm so annoyed by all the romance plot lines and love triangles. Are you aware that every single character has this weird romance love story, except for the non-perfectly humanoid? Beast and Morph are the only ones that don't get love interest. I'm annoyed on favor of the monster community.
Only in these 6 episodes.
In these 6 episodes.
No.
When?
Oh, who Morph is banging?
Morph has a has a crush on Wolverine. Did you notice when Wolverine was in the shower? And
no, I did not.
Yeah.
I think I remember this.
Yeah.
I like it. That means poor Beast is alone.
Well, he's from what I don't know if it's true, but
it's not there yet.
Beast, he's pretty much alone. He did have a love interest, and back in the day, he had a girlfriend, but that didn't go too well because she ended up suffering from the fact that he's a mutant, and they really can't be
fuzzy
together.
Boys need love too.
Oh man, listen.
But I'm just saying, a lot of screen time.
A lot of hair everywhere, you know.
A lot.
She's
of
blind,
screen
actually.
Time.
She was blind. She was blind.
Whatever. A lot of screen time goes into this like love triangle stuff.
Oh, it's
like,
a lot.
So
it's a lot.
much. If every episode is 30 minutes, at least 10 minutes of every episode.
Gambit, Magneto.
Rogue, Gambit, Magneto. Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Then who else do we got? Then Xavier and Alien Chick. Like every single one, the intense romance. So, like, I'm not invested in this romance. I haven't seen it build.
It broke?
Yeah.
Pause.
That one?
Yeah, just hit the button again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 36 minutes.
36 minutes?
Yeah.
I told you got to get that battery.
I do have the battery.
But it's not supposed to cut off with the battery.
That's what's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're back.
All right, All right.
Let's keep that in Patreon.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's cutting out every 30 minutes still somehow.
All right, so 7:00. So here's the problem, right? It's not a problem. When it comes to like X-Men, when it comes to Marvel, most of these characters that you're gonna embark in getting to know, they do have relationship issues. Most of them do, and I feel like which makes sense to me because it makes them more relatable. Yeah.
No, and also the world that you live in, you know, there's the mutant thing, and that's gonna cause some friction depending on where that person falls in line.
Yeah.
Depending how your mutant powers manifest, similar to like quirks in My Hero, like the ones who don't look exactly human have a bit of a harder time, not even say a harder time in general than those who just have cool explosion powers.
Right. Which is, wow. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people from the LGBTQ community are really getting a chance to really understand. Like, a lot of people are saying that X-Men is woke.
What? Where?
X-Men has always been woke, so.
Yeah, X-Men has always been like that. But they're saying that X-Men is
But I mean, like, particularly right now in this, what was woke?
I think Gambit,
having that tank top,
kind of like by
that. He's more of a metrosexual. Yeah, which he's always been like that. He's always been super sexy and masculine in his. He's comfortable in his identity. Morph is non-binary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So is Mystique. Mystique is
that makes sense. Like once you can be once you can be all of the genders whenever you feel like it. Yeah, that'll blur the lines.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people are, and then I think there's a point where Storm is talking to Jean about raising black children, and Jean was like,
Jean does? When?
And it turns out to be in the first episode where they, talking about being a mother, and that conversation itself actually took people like, oh my God, like, did they ever speak? Yes, we did talk about this back in the day. We did talk about, like, there was one episode where Jubilee gets captured by Friends of Humanity, and they capture her and they have a town hall meeting, and they're about to just like throw stones at her, and they bring her out on stage and they're like, yeah, we got one of those filthy mutants and we're about to make an example out of her. And Jean is like, what are you doing? Like, there's mutants out there that spend their entire lives trying to protect you and humanity. What did we ever do to you? And he looks at her with the mic in hand and said, you were born. I had goosebumps because there are people that just don't need no reason and they just don't like you. And it's like, it's fine if you don't like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But when you try to throw away my pot where I'm from, that's crazy. Yeah. So there was a lot of issues that were being brought up.
Yeah, when that actually is really central to X-Men. It's how it was created in the first place.
Which leads me to bring up this topic. So Stan Lee has always been very vocal about his inspiration when it came to creating the X-Men. He's always said that the civil rights movement was definitely the force that drew him to make the X-Men, right? He said Xavier was a perfect rendition of Martin Luther King, and Magneto was Malcolm X, right?
Yep.
Okay. My dilemma is what really makes me upset is that we sit here and we look at these stories and we like, yeah, these stories are relatable. I get it. Prejudice, racism, all that. But then you're able to take the Black struggle, but then make it profitable by just changing the faces. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough Black people in X-Men. We only have the one, Storm.
Yeah.
But then you take the struggle, and in order for you to make it marketable.
There's two. Bishop.
Man, Bishop, he's not even in this timeline. He's from the future.
I'm just saying he did.
No, I'm not. Listen, at this point, I don't want no crumbs. If you're taking the story itself, our story, and we don't even see proper representation. Yeah. Don't tell me just because we have mutants, they're blue. Oh, there's 3. There it is. There's 2. And I also have problems with it. Like, another example, the Twilight Zone. The creator and producer of the Twilight Zone is the host. When it was black and white, the guy that comes in and said, he created it. He said he created it after watching the Selma massacre on the Selma massacre on Sunday. So if you guys don't know, the walk through the bridge with Martin Luther King, where they was trying to, what was it? I think they were trying to vote, but they call it the Bloody Sunday, right? And it was televised, and you got to see the aftermath. It was straight up nasty. After he saw that, he decided, I need to make this, let's just bring more awareness to this. And then he created the Twilight Zone. How many episodes of the Twilight Zone do you see any Black folks in there?
2.
I want to guess.
Maybe by the time it hits color, there might be like a few in the program.
I want to guess 2. That's the number I want to guess.
Is it less?
Well, what's the number, Patty?
Here's the thing, I don't know the number, but all
she got me like, I'm like, yo, I'm guessing 2. Watch it be like, yo, there's 2 per episode, and I'm like,
I'm telling you right now, it's not enough.
Yeah,
it's not enough
easily.
Because of the fact that, like I said, they're taking the struggle, making money off of it, profiting off of it, but not really addressing the problem. Because, white folks could sit there and say, oh, yeah, we love the story, we understand it. But the moment you change the face and make it to the face of where the story actually came from, then it's like, oh, it's woke, or you're making it about race. I just want to have fun when I'm watching these shows. I don't want it to be serious, It's like they're getting into that empathetic horror aspect. They're getting the emotions they need out of it, but they're not delivering the final line where they reveal the curtain and see, this is how the Black folk were being treated all along. This is the truth of it. They just stop at that, empathetic, similar horror, like get all those ratings, and then they can cut it out. Right. They can cut it out, keep going, do another episode. No one is offended. And here's the kicker, right? There's a movie, A Time to Kill, with Samuel L. Jackson, right? I love that movie, right? When he has an attorney, he has a white attorney because he's great line. He's convicted. He's going to get convicted of murder of 2 white racist folks who sexually assaulted his daughter, who barely made it, but she's alive. So he went to the courthouse and just shot him because
they got to quit it.
They got to quit it. So he decided he was going to get a white lawyer to represent him. For the life of him, the white lawyer didn't understand, why you pick me. I don't know. Like, this case is very sensitive, and I don't know what you want me to do because I can't help you. And he said, bro, like, you're not my friend. I know you're not my friend. I don't like you. I never liked you. But you know why I picked you? Because you think like them. You think like them. And that's what I need you to do. Think like them so they can get me off. Get me off, right? I need you to think like them. So now when the lawyer finally makes his final, what is it? His final plea?
His closing argument.
His closing argument, right? He goes and he tells everybody exactly word for word what happens to Samuel L. Jackson's daughter in the movie.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. I want you to picture this. I want you to picture this, right? While he's saying all this, right? He's saying all this, all the details. At the very last sentence, he says, okay, your eyes are still closed. You're imagining all this happening to a girl. Imagine her being white. Everybody just gasp. Right? Because now it's forcing you to realize that this black girl didn't mean nothing to you until she was white. And this is why I feel like when it comes to stories like X-Men and Twilight Zone and all that, showcasing, you know, the misjustice of what's happening to POCs in the black community, we get in everything. We're telling you, close your eyes, do this, do this. But the last final sentence, when we say, okay, now picture them being white, that effect, we're not getting that. You are seeing them white, right? Because it's easier for you to swallow it. Pause. It's easy for you to be entertained by it.
Meant no diddy.
No diddy. No diddy. But it's easy for you to be entertained by this, right? Because you don't have to deal with the fact that this is racism. You don't have to deal with the fact that you subconsciously do think like this, and you're not willing to address the problem. So my issue is, yes, these are great stories, but again, we're still being left out of these stories because at the end of the day, we are the foundation of why these stories are being told the way they're being told. We are the inspiration of this, but yet we're not being represented. The least you could do is represent us in a way where we be seen. We're not being seen even at that.
Right, because it doesn't have the moment where it says, now, imagine it was all real, because it is. All this based on true events type of thing. Even if it's not exact, but just that moment where we bring it back into the real world and try to confront that old bias. It's after, because this is just an entertainment thing.
Palestine. Like we're seeing this happen in real time. But nobody's addressing the fact that, hey, this is really happening to POCs and black people.
It was a wild time for that to come out because, I had also thought about that immediately when it just got bombed by another thing, saying, wow. I doubt they meant to, but they really timed this episode.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. And it was even, I don't know. Like, I like Stan Lee. I hate what he did to Jack Kirby. That's another story.
His old partner.
That was his partner.
Should have been half listed in all these, but no one knows the name of Jack Kirby. We know Stan Lee. Man, he's the one with all the cameos in the movies. Jack Kirby
is, a lot of people don't know this. Stan Lee can't draw a lick of shit. He does not draw, but he has a beautiful mind. He can, so what he'll do, he'll have artists come in. Okay. So what he'll do, like, he's just a great mind. Let's just say that. But it was Jack Kirby that drew body, that breath, these characters.
Yeah, the iconic visuals we know.
So that's just another thing I just wanted to bring up. I just feel like we're enjoying these stories. We're reading, we're watching this. I'm glad it's being brought back again. We never got a chance to talk about the creator that got fired. Shout out to him. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I felt like it was super important, and I wanted us to really just say, hey, you know what, this is a great show, but we really do need to address bigger situations at hand. Like, we need to be represented better and not make light of a situation of where these stories are coming from. Yes, they're great entertainment, but this shit is real. So that's it. Okay, that's our rant. That's my rant. Any final words?
Just as a reminder, if you're going to watch X-Men, I highly recommend you start from, it was 92. Yeah. Disney Plus has all 92,
watch the whole thing.
Watch the whole thing. Do not start with 97. Unless you're obviously reading the comics and you have a good grasp of what happens.
Then because do whatever you want.
It seems like there are plot holes in 97, but a lot of those were filled in by the earlier series. You can't jump into season 4 and expect to know everything that's happening.
It's a good ride. It's a good homework. You would like it. You would like it if you go back.
It is another Disney Plus homework series.
Oh my God. Any else? Any final words, Derbs?
No. I'm having some fun. I have my gripes, but that's just me overanalyzing the show. It's just little plot holes here and there. Like, no, that wouldn't happen. That happens with any show I watch. It's fine. It's terrible for Brie, who has to sit there listening to me complain.
Yeah, it's analysis. Now, before we totally cut things, there is one other quick show to discuss. We're not too deep in yet, so it'll be shallow. But a shout out for Fallout.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Shout out for Fallout. So this is now following in the footsteps of Last of Us, a video game to live action series adaptation. So it's what, 9 episodes long?
About 8, I think.
8 or 9, so technically a mini series, but this is how you do it. If you want to adapt like a video game or alternate material, especially a video game, fuck the main characters. We don't know who the main characters are. We don't know what the main characters. Forget the main characters. Forget the main storyline. Patty. and just make something new in that world. So we're not very deep in. This is going to be a no spoiler type of thing. We don't know anything past episode 2. We're all fresh, but so far, I'm impressed visually with how they've set up this world.
I never played the video game.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you say. Someone 100%.
Played 2 of the games. Yeah, I played New Vegas 4. I tried 76. I hated it. But that's besides the point.
I hear everyone does. So as a returning fan, how was it?
Oh, I was very happy. Obviously, with the music choices, just playing all the songs from the game. Always fun. I mean, they're not originally exactly. They're not originally from the game, but that's the old timey classics they play in like all the games. So that's automatically fun. Just seeing the mech suits come in, seeing like the different groups, like the Brotherhood of Steel, just being there and being represented kind of well. I'm having a great time. And again, like Bree said, ignoring anything from the games is smart every single time. And Fallout really lends itself to that because every game is a different character.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Was this advertised? Like, did you see this a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
in non-video game forums? Because I know you watch a lot of video game focused stuff. So was this on neutral? Did you just see, say, an ad pop up somewhere?
Yes, but it's hard to say because with ads being as directed as they are in this day and age, it's hard to say that everyone would have seen it. It might have just been like, hey, you're going to love this, Derby. You. No one else. You fuck. You watch this immediately.
It might be more neutral because, you know, my mom hit me up the other day. We talk every week. And she was like, hey, so have you seen this new show about, you know, the nuclear fallout? It's Fallout. I'm like, my mom's telling me this? And you can't get further than video games than my mother or any of this animated or nerd stuff. She supports it. She loves me, but she doesn't get it. But the fact that it reached her means they are trying to go for a kind of general neutral audience.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I'm just tapping into it, so don't be asking me no questions. So all I know is that Mike loves it. He's like, yo, he finished it in like, I think 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, he was off. Yeah, he made
Watched it without you.
He did. He's not waiting for me no more. He's not.
Well, let me ask, do you think this feels like a cash grab still, though? Because it's just another one source material to another.
Yeah. As long as it's good, it never matters.
Take all my money.
Yeah.
I'm not
it
mad.
never matters if it's a cash grab, if it's a good thing you're making.
If you deserve my money, it's not a cash grab, it's a cash give.
Like when Baldur's Gate came out and they're like, yeah, here's the game, we're giving you the full game. It's a great game. It's worth every dollar I gave it.
Yeah, it is.
That's all there. If it makes DLC that's like 30 hours one day, everyone will be like, yeah, here you go. You've earned it.
I don't feel used.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I feel like you, okay.
It's like, yeah, you
I gotta
want,
pay you,
yeah,
but you worth
the
money.
Yeah, you grabbed the cash,
but
I also got something here.
There it is.
Something I valued. I don't feel dirty.
Exactly. Wait, I usually say you're welcome, but now it's thank you. Thank you.
So I'm sure we'll talk about it more once you've all completely finished it. Just a recap. How did it end? Did it pull it off? Do we want to see more of these type of video game to short series?
We talked about it before. We talked about it before.
Fallout?
Yeah. No, not Fallout, but video game movies.
Yeah, sure.
After Last of Us, I think so.
Yeah. After Last of Us, we were like, all right, yeah, go for it.
And Cyberpunk 2077, not live action, but incredibly done.
Yeah, ignore the story.
That was good. That was good. But I think
sprinkle in Easter eggs. That's all.
True. But we've also seen them done.
Castlevania,
so stupid.
That
was also a video game. But then we've also seen, for example, like a Angry Birds movie.
What was that for?
Angry Birds, the game.
Yeah, but what was that for?
Money.
No, okay.
It's for money.
Extremely bad.
Sonic, that did pretty good.
Yeah, Sonic's done well.
Anything with Idris Elba, he could sell me ice. He could sell me anything.
Well, let's see. Is he going to be doing the Knuckles series?
I don't know.
Doubt it.
I don't know.
I don't think they got that kind of cash.
Right?
If you don't, then you shouldn't be doing it. I'm sorry. I just need Idris Elba on everything. I need him on me.
Oh. Hey, yo, husband watches this.
I feel like that's
on my list.
Oh, he's on your list?
He's on my list.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Never mind, you're good.
You're supposed to have a list.
Right? A list if you have the opportunity, I will be mad if you don't take the list.
Yeah.
It's similar to like that dumb TikTok question where it's like, would you cheat on me for like $1 billion? I'm sorry. Did you not do it? Why do you not have $1 billion right now?
You shouldn't be asking me that. You should be asking me, are you coming back?
Right? Yes. You know, it's almost a badge of honor. My girl is hot enough to pull Idris Elba.
There it is. What? Bitch, you can't tell me shit. I probably do the show by myself. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to look at me. I ain't talk about anime, nothing. I pulled Idris Elba.
Nice.
Just look at me. Look at God's gift. But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for. Is there anything we wanted to talk about? Because we can't really go into Fallout too much. That's it for this episode.
Yeah, we will cover it in full once we're done. But at least for now, remember, we have our anime karaoke party coming up on April 27th on Saturday. Tickets are for sale, and in case you have not heard, we do have raffle giveaways, including our grand prize, a weekend pass to Anime NYC 2024.
I said this before. Derby did give up a kidney for this, so please appreciate the sacrifice. We don't even have passes yet. We don't even know if we're gonna be able to go, because the way they selling this, like it's crack. Like, it's not in the streets anymore. Like, it's not. It's blondie.
It's
cocaine.
Prime money.
There it is. There it is. And I got rent to pay.
All right, people.
So thank you for tuning into Black Ramen Podcast. Don't forget to get your tickets. And on a lighter note, don't forget to purchase our anime trivia book. Definitely a must need if you're an anime weeb, or if you're just stepping into it. You can always have the illest questions that you can ask your friends. Be the cool nerd that you're supposed to be in the group chat. Just randomly at 2:00 in the morning. Hey, what's the name of the dragon that they wish when they make their wishes for a Dragon Ball?
Not Shenlong.
You're not supposed to give him the answer. But
also, I think
kudos to you. It's not, is it?
Pretty sure it's Shenron.
Yeah.
Oh,
depending on the translation. Sometimes it's Shenlong, sometimes it's Shenron.
Japanese is hard.
Not too hard for y'all to buy us a ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to go to Japan. If you want to buy us our tickets so we can go, thank you.
And learn Japanese properly. We'll do it.
Konnichiwa, bitch. But thank you for tuning into Black Ramen Podcast. Can't wait to see you April 27th. And be safe, guys.
Peace.
Peace.